Hi crafters, today I have the honor of being a guest designer at the Waffle Flower blog, and I won a stamp set. I picked the Loft stamp set by Waffle Flower mainly because of this image here, which is already done. You can use it as is, you could color it in, or you can use the single elements here to build your own image. And the neat thing is they also fit into this outline image on the top. So there's a lot that you can do. These are the colors of inks I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using pigment inks and the pigment pen, a white gel pen. And because some people say that, it looks so perfect what you do, it's not. You just saw me here try stuff out. I also tried stuff on craft paper to see how the pigment ink would look on craft paper. And then I have a sketch of how this card is supposed to look like. This is honestly how my sketches look like. And for some reason, they do make sense to me. Surprising, isn't it? I'm starting out with the pigment ink Rhubarb Stock by Memento. It's the Memento Luxe line that they have. And the reason I'm using pigment ink is that pigment ink sits on top of the paper, whereas dye ink seeps into the paper. And if you have colored cardstock, you might want the stuff to sit on top of the paper so the colors are more intense. So that's why I'm using pigment ink. I've fuzzy cut some masks, and I'm lining this up, and it doesn't need to be 100% perfect. I mean, this is supposed to look a little bit loose, but I want to make sure that the white lines in that image are not going to be covered up. So I'm using the other elements of the stamp set and my various pigment inks to stamp out the elements here on my centerpiece. And when I was done, you could see I had masked off several other images as well to make sure I wouldn't stamp over them. And now when I'm peeling off the masks, being careful not to smear the pigment ink because it takes a while longer than dyeing to dry, you can see how I have this wonderfully layered image here where the flowers and the leaves are stacked on top of each other. And it's actually not too hard to do. Now I am coming in with my white gel pen. To get it started, I usually tip it a little bit against the tip of my finger because that gets it started. And then when I add accents, especially dots, I found out, actually by accident, but that's why I do trial runs before I do my actual cards, that in these small areas, for example, I like to have 3 larger dots and then fill up the rest of the space with small dots. And when I do these 3 larger dots, you always see me do 2 that are close to each other and 1 that is a little bit further off. For some reason, that looks random. To me, that looks more random than if I would have dots of the same size or have the dots spaced evenly or something. I just literally put in the dots randomly, but with the plan of actually putting 3 bigger ones there and then the smaller ones. For the other images, I just went through them and added some white accents just like I felt. There was really no rhyme or reason to it, why I did it the way I did. Like I said, I experimented before I started just to see what I would like or what I wouldn't like. After doing all this stamping, I really didn't want to mess it up. My camera went off, so I apologize for that, but what I did is I added some sequins by Pretty Pink Posh and the XOXO sentiment from the stamp set. And now I'm using this pokey tool and my ruler to poke 2 holes in the front of my card. I know, it's the front of my card. It's okay. Don't panic. I know what I'm doing. Promise, I really know what I'm doing. You will see it here in a minute. I'm using some natural twine and sorry for this being a little bit out of focus, but I'm just fiddling in through the holes and then pulling it straight, and I'm going to make a bow here at the front of my card. Now, I didn't want to wrap it around the entire card front. For some reason, I didn't like that thought. When I do bows, I usually use my tweezers to hold the thing where the knot is going to be, and then I'm doing this backwards bow. I learned this from Christina Werner, because that will actually make sure that, and you can see how it looks on the inside on the card. It's very clean, and you can make sure that the bow will look perfect. Here's the close-up of the bow. I put some glue behind it so it would stay in place, and the white accents I added to the stamping, and I think this adds a lot of interest to the card. As an afterthought, after I turned off the camera, I decided to add some glossy accents to the red part of the card. Everything that was red got glossy accents, and it adds beautiful dimension to the card. It's amazing what happens. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this card, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye!